you tell me what page that's on?
I'm looking to find it again. Hold on a second.
Alright, the playtest is now visible on the stream. Do I have a link to it? Probably not. I have to find it real quick.
Oh, it says attribute where it should say skill.
What page?
It is, looks like it's on page 3. Right under the age range chart.
Ah, okay.
Where it says skills, then each attribute can have at most 3 points. It should say each skill can have at most 3 points during character creation.
Hold on. Each... talent, or hold on, under skills, each attribute...
You see what I mean? Where it says attributes, each attribute must have between 2 and 4. Then it says skills, each attribute.
Ah.
It'll be less confusing if it says skill.
They can actually see what you're highlighting, so if you just highlight it on the doc... Oh, you're on the PDF, never mind.
I'm on a PDF. I mean, if it's easier, if it helps you for me to open the doc and do things like that, I totally can.
Nah, as long as you can tell me the page.
Okay, yeah.
Ooh, as long as you can push talk.
I am.
Uh-oh, you have your... I think you have your real name on your...
Honestly, fuck it. At this point.
Don't worry, I won't look at it. I'll forget it anyway. I did it for Sif.
I've forgotten it like thrice already, and I've seen it so many times.
I don't even know where it is, so I'm not looking for it.
Well, you'd have to be in the doc anyway.
Oh, gotcha. I won't log into the doc just to be a creeper.
It matters as long as you don't call him by it. That'd be the creepy part.
I would never, even if I knew his name, he said call me by it, I probably wouldn't be able to.
At this point, yeah, no.
I don't know. Then you get to the.
I posted it, and I believe Zeta should be watching sometime soon. Hello, Zeta. Thank you for all the work you've done in the beautiful art.
I don't have them concurrent reviews yet, but I do see the concurrent reviews. So I'll let you know if they chat.
All right.
So quick question on this. This is a little confusing. So I see you have number of attributes and number of skills here, and my assumption is you want us to put those into certain points for the skills. However, it just says each attribute must have this. Each attribute. But how do you actually put points in it? Is this just the total number of points in skills and total number of attributes?
Yeah, total number.
Okay.
So total number
it out.
Total number spread out with some constraints of everything must be at least between 2 and 4, essentially.
Yeah, so I mean,
it's like a point buy.
I know it is. I'm just making I'm just saying it should be clear when looking at character creation. That should be a clear thing. This is just saying the limits, not actually how to do it.
Is this a system where I need to
so like discuss how exactly the points should be spread, like
just say you put that many the total number of attribute points. These are total number of skill points. You put them in your skills with these limits. And it attributes with these limits.
Okay. Well, it says below that each attribute must be between 2 and 4, but I guess it doesn't say with the age range that the attribute is the total number of attribute points and skill total number of skill points.
Yeah. And obviously this listed somewhere else, but what are the attributes versus skill? Oh, they're listed anyway. Okay, I see.
It's further down, yeah.
Wait, where are skills? I see attributes and no skills. No, sorry, opposite. I see skills and no attributes.
Yeah, we don't have a. Yeah, we don't have a. Hold on.
You don't. I thought you did have attributes. Hang on.
I believe we have it somewhere, but I don't think we have it listed.
Let me.
Oh, yeah, we have attributes is before character creation. It's at the very top.
Okay.
It doesn't have its doesn't have a subheading right
now. I see.
Oh yeah, there
name,
you go. Right under characters on page 2, right under characters, it says attributes, and that's where it breaks down what each one is about.
No, I'm looking at my character sheet. The sheet.
I'm not even looking at my character sheet.
Yeah. Okay. I'll figure out attributes later. I'll do skills first.
Oh yeah, I guess it calls them stats instead of attributes, huh?
I see skills.
It's there. If you go to attributes and ability,
yeah,
got mind,
you're
body,
right.
soul.
They're called attributes in the book, but stats on the character sheet.
I don't see stats in your sheet either.
My character sheet, if you click over to attributes and ability, it says
stats.
Attributes. Name. Mind, body, soul, metal. Mind, body, soul, metal is at the top, and then it goes down to knowledge, observation, text. So it's basically got everything in the same. They're all in the same column.
I see. It means like stats.
Most of the it's that we don't have a proper character sheet, so we use the bio and info to keep track of the data, and then you input the actual numbers and attributes and abilities, and then that'll be the roles. Speaking of which, I need to copy all the macros.
I'm just looking at something.
So abilities actually, like, what's under abilities are like your actions, I guess.
Zeta has chatted. Zeta has chatted, by the way. They are watching.
Hey.
Can you explain what edges are?
Edges is essentially a term for special starting equipment. Well, not necessarily equipment, it's either like equipment or some similar bonus. It's dependent on which class you end up choosing. But it could, basically, it's either a persistent bonus of some sort or some sort of unique piece of gear that you can't really get outside of character creation.
Okay, let me look at that.
I'm being asked. Mine is some sort of knowledge base.
Hold on. What?
Oh, yeah.
what
I was gonna say, are
you?
people just creating characters on their own, or are we gonna talk about it while we do it? Because I haven't started yet.
I mean, we'll go over it a bit, but I want to, as I said, a lot of this is about.
Okay, so you just want us to sit down and create a character.
Yeah,
we want to talk about what classes we're taking amongst each other, so that we don't all make the same
absolutely
thing.
feel free to do that.
I'm a doctor. I'm gonna be a veterinarian.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, one of the edges is basically vet knowledge.
Okay.
So just
basically, to see what your edges are, look in starting equipment.
As a suggestion, in character creation, because the first thing you do is you make your stat. It looks like you make your stats. I don't know if you select, because don't your I guess your class. What do you select first? Do you expect us to select class first, then do stats, then do that?
Class should probably be first.
Okay.
Because then that way you'll choose what stats you want to boost.
I guess
because depending on your class, it
I'm looking.
influences what your higher stat should be and can be.
I've got a couple options, but I'm looking at Sunshine Boy.
I'm looking at Glitter Quill.
Okay.
I think it'd be a lot easier if you had the class-specific skills and the starting equipment be next to the classes instead of having to scroll down a bunch.
I think we're having, or even like tomorrow, Thursdays are big, like, sit down, talk, and just go over the document stuff. One of the things we have is like a reorganizing thing so that we have class-specific stuff right after the classes. But then I think,
or at
the class
least,
list gets a little long then.
What you can do is you can have it link to the other part of the. So you can have it call to page this.
The new version also has those links, yes.
I'm going to mute you guys for a second because I can't read the history while I'm listening to people talk, so I'm going to deafen myself for a hot sec, and then I'll be back.
Yeah.
I already have my name picked up.
Patchouli. Well.
By the way, just so you know, Cadd, I have a person saying Thunder is here as well, so there you
that's
go.
Thunder Mage. Yeah, Thunder, the other creator. That's all three of us, baby! Woo!
I do have 4 people in my stream, so who knows?
Then you've got the entire dev team plus a couple of stragglers.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. So, what does main stat mean? I know it's probably the stat I probably invest the most in, but I don't quite understand.
So each class has a related stat. That
is there an
listed
explanation
under
that
each
somewhere?
of the classes. I believe that's under. I guess under attributes, kinda. So under character creation advancement, attributes. Each attribute must have between 2 and 5 points, with the exception of the attribute associated with your class, which may be between 2 and 5. So you're right that we could have a bit more written towards that, but.
Yeah, I guess I'm just like
basically,
with all these.
Your main stat has a cap of 5 instead of 4.
With all these bullet points, basically, it'd be good to have some explanation. Like, okay, what does it mean to be a main stat besides just like the mechanics? Is there something important besides it being up to 5? Do I do more with it? I don't.
Each class has a class skill, and the class skill is rolled with that class's attribute.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, I guess I'm taking quick notes all of it.
That's fine. It's all recorded as well, so if you need to rewatch it, don't worry too much about it. I'm not gonna delete the stream unless something really bad happens.
I'm about to say my social security number out loud.
Oh, no.
Zeta just asked, would you like me to post the current revision if that would make it easier to navigate? I don't know what the current revision.
Hold on, let me grab that actually.
I can see it right here.
That's. It's in resources, the one that she posted yesterday.
Okay, you just linked me a lot more.
Oh, wrong thing.
Yeah.
All right, I'm back.
Wrong thing. That's pictures.
I'm back.
Yeah, linked me a lot more than just that. Yeah.
This is it. It's. Yeah, as I said, this is the updated one that has like links in. Some of the introduction stuff, ignore that for now, I'm gonna say, and just focus on the character creation section.
People are gonna see my desktop on stream, but that's okay.
Let me know if that's more clear.
What am I doing? Let's do this. Doesn't turn on anything. All right. Oh, can't make this box, but I can.
I wanted to take a minute to sort of talk about the world itself as well.
Do you want to do that? Okay, yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, I guess if people want to pause with the character creation stuff for a moment. The best way to describe it, or sort of way that has been used to describe it a couple times, is post-apocalypse. There has been at some point in the past of this world some sort of calamity, but we've moved past it. The old world is merely traces of what is now, and the entire world has moved on. As you can see, everything's green again.
Mm-hmm.
A good amount of knowledge from back then has been lost, but some still has been gained. There's electricity, but it's not, but not in every town. It's similar sort of tech level to a lot of like what's that fucking Princess Mononoke? What's that? Studio Ghibli.
Okay.
Yeah.
Similar to like a lot of Studio Ghibli stuff, where it's mostly wilderness and green. Cities can have that like around turn of the Industrial Revolution age tech, but most tend to be lower level than that.
I wasn't supposed to look in that section. Sorry, I saw Puck Sucker, and I just immediately clicked on it without thinking it's GM section.
Don't look at late
Sorry.
stuff.
Luckily, I didn't look at anything else. I saw the name. It's okay.
I don't think the Puck Sucker is generally going to be relevant.
Sorry.
But
Sorry about that.
It's a thing.
My mistake.
Yeah, there's no real sort of fantasy elements, but by and large, animals are like different. There'll be a lot of equivalent stuff, but specific thing like we have a lot of our own animals essentially. There's still like birds and fish and stuff like that.
I can't wait to work on a horse.
Something that would be helpful in the character sheet is if you put a parenthetical next to the skills to remind us which attribute they apply to. I know that they're in order, but just to like so we can remember where the.
Well, also, if in the newest version,
where we're putting it in. I got you.
I was also gonna say in the actual doc.
I see what you mean. Okay, yeah.
And the Google Doc, there are also like headers. Though I would suggest.
In the ability section, you can't do that without really fucking up with the macros.
Gotcha.
Basically, the ability section is the back. It's like the.
It's the back end. I got you.
Yeah, it's the back end stuff.
So I guess I have a question that I don't know if it's answered someone here. I don't see it anywhere. We know what all these well, I guess they're not really sub skills; they're just attributes. But sorry, am I calling them right? Let me look. Make sure I'm calling them right. Sorry, we know what the skills are. We have descriptions of these, but what are the descriptions of the stats themselves? Mind, body, soul, metal.
That again, that's at the very top. It's rather. It's basically one line, but at literally page 2, it's in a section that we don't have a like reference to. Is that it?
One tiny thing I'm already noticing here. If you choose an age range that is an odd number,
like
there's no way to put. Well, there's I guess like. So when you're young, maybe I'm just doing bad. I'm doing bad math. Never fucking mind. I lied.
Okay.
Ignore me.
All right.
I can't math. Computer, stop.
Oh wait, here we go. I'm sorry. My apologies. They're right here. Explain what they do.
Yeah,
it might.
I need to have a reference or a subheading to that, so you can be like, okay, what are attributes?
Yeah.
Oh, this section says attributes, and click it.
But also, if you have all the skills down here, it may be better to put these next to the skills, or maybe duplicate them or something. I'm not sure.
No, I think you're right. A lot of the early stuff has not been touched in a while because it was worked on first.
Or maybe put the skills right here, actually, up in the skill section, the character creation. Maybe not. I'm not sure. The skill section's fairly long, so all right.
Yeah. I think copying it because you want like a description of the attributes up at the top. But you want it by skills too.
It's just nice to know what the attributes do, because that's the first thing I'm gonna put stuff into, right? But I mean, it's already here in character creation. But then the next thing I'm gonna put is in skills, which is further down. Like I see skills here, but is described more in the skill section, which is, I mean, it's not bad, but I had to move. I don't know. It's a question of like how you
like short one-line description of each of the skills too.
Possibly, yeah.
Yeah, that would be a bit helpful.
So is your class skill what you put?
That's special.
That's special. Yeah, thank you. That's what
Yes.
I'm task. All right.
And so just so I understand, because I know they start at 2 here with attributes, the attribute score in the age range is the total number of attributes score.
Total number of attributes.
And not the amount, not the amount we're adding, but just the total. Okay.
Total.
Okay.
So that should mean that your total. So an example stat line for mature would be like 4433. That's around what you would be looking at for a stat line, or like 5432 for mature.
Oh, I put these numbers in wrong. That's why. Okay. I was very confused. I guess it's based on what I'm guessing here. There's no species or anything like that. It's just
Yep.
what?
No, this is a rather. It's not particularly. You're only human.
Okay,
There are no
just checking.
other races to play as. It can only be a human. This is not a fantasy sort of thing.
Okay, no problem.
Doing math in my head.
I'll be quiet for a moment because I am copying over macros right now.
Oh, actually, never mind. There could be some reordering done in the character section that I was thinking about, because character creation, then classes. But you have character creation, age, attributes, skills, talents. But the first thing you're supposed to choose is a class for character creation, so.
Yeah.
It looks like the numbers I'm putting in aren't copying over to the bio and info sheet. Do I need to do that manually?
We don't have a proper character sheet at the moment. No.
Oh, okay, so I need to do that manually.
That's once you've filled out your data, just copy over the skills
okay,
and stats, and that will basically work for. That will allow the macros to work.
Wait, where else are you putting these numbers in to?
The attributes and abilities.
Yeah, where you
tab.
Into the so if you look in your character sheet, the second one is labeled attributes and abilities. The second tab.
Oh, that.
Yeah.
Okay, I see. I know what you're talking about. Okay. So for skills, these are just singular modifiers. They're not like, hey, I have 3 in mind, so I put 3 in knowledge and add 1 more for whatever I want to do. Right? It's just either 0, 1, or 2 is what I'm. Okay, I'm sorry. I read.
Yeah, and
it
then
says
when you
right
end
here.
up rolling, you roll attribute plus skill.
Yes, it says it right here. I don't know what I was asking. I just realized. We'll set it somewhere. There. Okay.
Ignore that. I'm testing macros.
No, the skills are.
I already knew what class one would be. I'm not gonna look anymore.
Can I see some character art so that way I have a basis of what to look at? Like what to look for?
Hold on a second. I mean, there's a couple pictures from something Zeta posted. If you look in Amber Sky's pictures, there's like a couple of stuff she made for her characters, but I don't know if that'll give you a good idea of what you're looking for. Let me post some pictures that I've used.
Okay, I think I can live with that.
Here's a series of 6 pictures that I've used either for my own characters or NPC.
Okay. They still have a medieval aspect to them. Kind of.
Yeah. A bit of a medieval look, but not necessarily. As I said, most the sort of like hard technologies of the past, you'd get like early industrial revolution like levels of technology in some bigger towns, but most smaller towns would be closer to like not medieval, but like pre-industrial revolution.
Okay. Is that where I put those points? God damn it, I'm already forgetting where I put shit.
If you're using the newer one, stuff in the yellow is stuff marked for discussion/revision. In case you're wondering.
Sorry, what?
If I posted a kind of updated version, one that has like some links and some different ordering of things.
Okay.
Stuff marked or highlighted is basically stuff that we're going to talk about and go over later.
Oh, okay, gotcha. I'm not gonna look at that right now.
Yeah, if you got the PDF for better view, and then.
Your sheet here. I know this is probably something I'll change in the pretty easy to change in the future if I were to write something like this. Just so you know, the sheet is separate order from the one in the actual book, arguably.
Hold on, is what do you mean sheet separate order?
For skills, sorry.
Oh yeah, the skills are in different order than in the
only
book.
For soul and metal. Mind and body are the same.
Yep. Charisma heal, insight survival. Insight, charisma, survival, heal. I see what you mean. Fight, shoot, pilot, bravery.
Just keeping you aware.
Fight, shoot, pilot. Okay, yeah.
I'm sure it's something I can change in the future. It's not a big deal. So.
Noted.
Okay, it's a little confusing. I think I understand it why it's like this, but just so you know, for talents, it says you start with one class talent. Yes. Now you have a section for talents, but only for general talents. The class talents are actually in the class themselves. It's a little strange.
No, they're not. It's
specific talents are before general talents.
Yeah, look right above general talents.
Oh, it's not. There's no bookmark for it then.
No, there is.
No? What? General talents? Where's class talents? I don't see.
It's labeled class-specific talents and then general talents right after.
Well, good thing my stream is up because I'm not seeing it.
Are you on? Hold on, are you on the newer one?
Newer one, yeah.
Yeah, that might be a thing in the newer one.
Yeah.
That
no problem.
Yeah.
I mean, I know where they are. I can find them in the class. So it's not too hard. I just pick one of these three, I assume, right? So.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
Sorry. The stats, they can only go up to a maximum of 4 or 5. Is that?
They can. So these. Hold on. The stats being the attributes. So
yeah.
Your main stat can be a maximum of 5. The rest can be a maximum of 4.
Okay.
You don't have weights on the weapon table. Do I need to go down further to find that?
Weapon table. Like, hold on.
Page 30. Weapon table.
Yeah, we should get that done. Let me hold on. Page 30.
Yeah. Right
I
above
see.
gear. No weight.
You should write that down.
I accidentally pressed mute. Whoops. Oh, my voice been coming through this entire time. I realized. I think I mute stream. Yeah, it does. Okay.
Yeah, part of it is this is based off a system that we've played for literal years. That there's some things where, like, yeah, this is a light weapon and this is a heavy weapon. We don't list what that means.
Yeah, I see a lot. I see a lot of similarities.
How do you add a row to a table in the character sheet? Because there's only 4 rows for year. Oh, here we go. There we go. I found it. Add row below.
Yeah, you have to be in edit, and there's a little thing that just says
I just scroll way back up. That's all.
Yeah.
So that I need to add my food, barter, and water in here.
Yeah.
Okay. And do we have weight? Like, do those weigh anything?
Food, water, and barter don't have limits, just because you'll need enough that if we did.
Okay. Oh, there we go. Now I see them. All right.
Yeah, food, water, and barter don't have weights for convenience's sake.
Appreciated. All right.
Oh god, this stuff again. Oh no. Chan Lab Alpha, all this
Oh, it's coming back.
Yeah, I mean, it's the same base system that we've played for literal years that we've used for stuff that, since we're so familiar, some stuff we just, I'm guessing, just completely overlooked having to include a light weapon or like a light and heavy for items.
No, I mean, who is your PC buddy? Who do you want? What do you want us to protect?
Oh yeah, those stuff. Yeah. I mean, fuck, man, we rewrote those a bit, but those are good fucking systems.
Do you make the token or do we make the tokens?
Feel free to make the token.
Okay.
Do we need to put the amount of equipment in somewhere like food? Does that go under gear?
Yeah, that's where I'm putting mine.
Okay.
Actually gonna put my barter at the top of my gear so that I know exactly where it is.
Yeah.
I need a G6. Where are all my dice? There we go. There we go.
Wait, does food go under gear?
Yeah, food, water, and barter all go under gear.
Yeah, where do we put what is the weight and the effect and
food,
the
water,
gear
and
bonus?
barter have no gear bonus and no weight. Their effect is that you can eat one to be fed for the day or drink one to be watered for the day.
Okay. I won't. Let's leave that out, I guess. Alright. Is light an additional effect or a weight?
Oh, wait.
Light is weight. If something is light, it weighs 1/2. That is something we need to explain.
Okay, well, at least I'm not poor in water. Alright.
There is some chat going on in the Discord we use, and Ceta says, "Oh, you bet I got a notepad open."
Yeah, you can see basically my entire process of making a character. It's jumping around a lot. I always do that, so.
Same, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, in general, you want to jump around a lot, so order, while it's important, we can never come up with the perfect order. You always be like, yeah, I want to go from here to here.
The thing is, what's most important is having these headers, so that's more important than anything.
The headers is the important part, and there is something we need to add.
Yeah, the order doesn't matter quite as much as the headers. All right, now my most important question: what's a small lizard called, and what kind of animal is it?
I forget if it's Scythewing or Southern Scythewing. And it is the flying type of critter.
Messenger. Okay.
Yeah, it's not the dog or the pack animal.
Fine by me. Scythehorn. All right.
Yep. Small little thing.
Is there a specific place for food, water, and barter to go, or is
No.
it just in gear?
But let me tell you, we're gonna add one.
It's in gear, yeah.
That's
I just didn't know where to put it for now.
Yeah, put it in gear for now. We'll add a dedicated. I mean, part of it is we don't have an actual character sheet yet, so a lot of this stuff is like, yeah.
Isn't that really hard to make anyway?
Yeah, that's why. That's why at some point I asked Cadd to do it.
Yeah,
that was a bad idea.
I'll push it. I'll push for it. I gotta do it at some point.
Since you said it's something you wanted to try to do for D&D anyway.
Yeah. Well, not D&D, more specifically the Pokemon game, but yeah.
Ah, that.
Okay.
Do what?
So I've been given a knife.
Yes.
Does not show up on the weapons table. Is it a gear?
I would choose I use the dagger stats.
Sorry, yeah, dagger is supposed to be knife.
Okay, it just says knife in the doctor starting gear.
I'll make a note to change or to equate dagger and knife.
Okay.
Why is there spell check in this? Get out of here, spell check.
Oh, that's the fucking worst.
Yeah, it's because it's the fucking bio-info section, even if it doesn't look.
It still shouldn't have spell check in it.
Why do you put arm's length instead of melee? Is there something I'm not getting?
No.
Okay, it's just there. Okay.
No.
Because that's the term that's used in the base thing the thing we base it on. We're like, we'll not change it.
They know what it means.
I will say, since you're basing a lot of this on it, it definitely would be a good idea somewhere at the beginning to say you're based on this system.
Oh yeah, no, we should probably add it now, but there is we one of the first things we did is look into how to properly accredit it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know that's something really important. So I've been plagiarism has been a big deal lately because I'm fucking H bomber guy.
Am I allowed to buy a weapon with the barter that I started with, or no?
The town you're in, it shouldn't be a problem. What weapon are you looking at?
You guys start with barter?
Yeah, barter. It's in your starting gear.
My starting gear doesn't say barter.
It's 4 barter, you said?
I'm an idiot. I can't read. It's right there.
2 bullets of barter.
Okay, well there goes like.
Can't read. It's
2
right
bullets a barter?
Yep, each barter gets you 2 bullets.
Okay, each barter gives you 2 bullets. Okay.
Yeah, 2 bullets a barter.
It's like the second instance of Craw can't read, or third instance of I can't read. So great.
So definitely the price on here is outdated. Okay.
Oh, do we have
what
price?
Yeah, it says 1/4 for a bullet, so I was confused.
Ah. That would mean 1 barter would get you 4 bullets.
Yeah, so it's
where do we?
Half.
Which section is this in? Where is that?
I'm looking at the copy, the old outdated one.
Which page? Ah, there it is. Price 1/4.
Is special the skill that you get from your class?
Yes.
And do you have to level up like other skills normally, I assume?
Yes.
Okay.
I will say prices are going to fluctuate depending on what town you're in, more or less. So there might be towns where bullets are 1 barter gets you full bullets, but where you are now, it's 1 gets you 2.
There's 2 L's in Wheelock, okay.
Yep.
Is anybody else buying camping gear?
No. I'm buying a gun.
I get one, so.
Oh, wait,
Lucky
so
bitch.
Class-specific skills, do you just choose one, or they're all available to you?
You get the class-specific skill for your class.
The talent, you get one.
And
by the way,
skill.
Wheelocks are a real thing, and they look cool as fuck.
Yeah, that's why I wanted one.
Yeah,
it's also light, so I can dual wield them.
There's a class skill and a class.
It makes reloading quite difficult.
At least for me, at least for Recruiter, there's 1 class skill and multiple class talents. I choose 1 class talents. But
yeah, there's 1 class skill and 3 class talents. I think yours specifically, it basically in the skill section it lists times you could use this skill, and because one of Glitterquill's skill usages is very specific, it also has more generally you can use it for this.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And we don't start with armor, it seems.
So Dracon's not buying camping gear. Was anyone else planning to buy camping gear?
I honestly haven't gotten that far yet in the
Neither
process.
have I.
Zeta, could I ask you quickly?
Sure.
Zeta,
Zeta,
hop
not
on
Zeta.
to Zeta. Could you hop onto the Roll20 and grab the special where you can choose which or the what's it called, the macro for the special, since I can't copy that one since you're the one that made it. Thank you.
I was very confused because Cadd never calls me by my name.
Just call you Dracon.
Yeah, exactly.
It's forever.
I was wondering all this time why, and that's why. It's because you have someone who has a confusing name. And that, plus you probably just use Dracon.
If that's nothing else, Zeta and Thunder, you get to meet the other trash. The one who...
Wait, there's 3 now? I'm adding to the lore book.
There's a other person also goes by Trash in that group who's also an artist who draws all of his own stuff.
Yo, they say.
It's just funny.
One of Kraw's old friends, it has a very similar name to Trash, but it isn't Trash.
Yeah,
Thrash.
Thrash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he is not an artist. He's in fact a shitposter. So similar.
I don't know if I call him
I'm
that.
really upset that I just got tripped. Like, I hella thought, oh yeah, I'm being super funny and unique by being a veterinarian instead of a human doctor, and then it's like, nope, we planned for that.
Yeah, no, vet is one of the three edges you get as a doctor is you're a vet.
I'm so upset.
Upset that we cut your shtiz.
Yeah, upset that I got I got tripped up, dude.
That you got predicted.
I got fucking hella predicted. It is very embarrassing. As an edgelord to get hella predicted, it hurts.
Hold on, I think it's the one labeled Cadd special, because that's the one that lets you select from a list both the base dice and what the skill is called. Despite the fact that it's labeled Cadd special, I do not have access to that macro. Yes, that one, thank you. Okay, in theory, if everybody goes over to the macro section, we should have all of the macro section, or all the macros that we really need. That you can either put them in, or yeah, if you click in bar, then it should put them all.
We need tokens for that first, so yeah.
So, aside from constructive advice, I do want to just say one thing. I really, really like the class talent, How I Lost My Medical License.
Yeah, that's funny.
It is a great class talent name.
I highly considered it, but Quick A is just so much better for my character.
The fact that healing normally takes a couple minutes, once per combat, you can just patch someone up.
Oh, it's once per combat? That's not safe. Okay.
You know, it's not, you can do this. Let me double check it. But I'm pretty sure it's a one time per combat or something like that.
In the talent section, it does say once per combat, but in the classes section, it just says prepare an emergency kit to be able to patch someone up real quick while in combat.
Yeah, in the class section, I put compact descriptions. That one probably could include the extra line, but when you get stuff like How I Lost My Medical License, which has a paragraph, or heart-to-heart masterwork, I'm not gonna copy and paste one and then summarize all the others. I'm
gonna guess. Sarah, are you being a herder?
No, I am a sunshine boy.
Woo!
Oh, nice, sunshine boy.
So sunshine boys are basically engineers / like community helpers. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Which is an odd combo, but it works.
I like it.
Yeah.
Also, she's 16.
All right.
Just got it from Zeta. Yes, love seeing my boys represented.
Yeah, she's the OG Sunshine Boy creator.
Love it.
It's a great class.
Everybody loves seeing the name Sunshine Boy.
That's probably the one I
also, it's a great name.
I'd probably pick that one if I was doing a longer campaign, but
I was also like, I was looking at Doctor or Sunshine Boy. So when you said Doctor, I'm like, okay, Sunshine Boy it is.
Yeah, I wanted to be a veterinarian because I wanted to trip Cadd up, but instead I got tripped, and I'm very disappointed.
That we call vets.
You can't win every time.
Dude just parkoured on me, and he just Mario Luigi jumped on my head.
Hey, not me. us. This is a work of a team.
It's a team effort.
Yeah.
They
We
parkoured on you.
parkoured your ass.
Okay, well, at least I can have a little bit of respite in knowing that it took an entire team to protect me. So what is special? Is that something I need to not care about right
That's
now?
your class skill.
Whatever.
So for you,
specific...
it's create medicine.
No, in the skills sections, just special.
Yeah, like labeled on your character sheet.
Yeah.
That's your class skill.
Is that one of the skills that I need to Wait, what? You mean the class talent or class skill?
Your class skill. Every class gets a class skill. Yours is create medicine.
Oh, it is. Okay.
Mine
So,
is tinker.
The barter, is that basically our money for buying gear?
Barter is money, and you can also if you're in a basically outside of in a town and you want a simple piece of gear, you can also turn barter into like a simple piece of gear.
Okay, so
Yeah.
if I wanted to spend that on gear character creation, like I have 5 and a shield is listed as price 5, would that be able to get me one shield?
you could buy a shield. Yeah.
Okay, I'm just trying to make sure I have that right before I spend money on shit I can't afford. All right.
Why are you doing this, weirdo?
I don't know.
Not you. Oh, it's just changing the layout of the art generator I'm using to make a token changed, and it messed me up.
Are you using token stamp?
Well, I'm going to use token stamp now, but I had to generate a picture to use first.
Oh yeah, that's what I did too.
I noticed you took car guy. Yes.
I did. Of course I did, because I took a skiff.
Yeah.
So, did anybody get camping gear?
Not yet, but I also haven't spent my money yet because I was waiting to see what people had to say.
I mean,
Okay.
starting
How
with a
much money do you
skiff is
have?
actually pretty useful for travel.
All right,
I
I might
thought
actually look
so.
at the other gear, other than just getting a gun.
Do you burn barter lantern, or do you have to buy oil beforehand?
Do you what? Sorry?
A kind of half joke. Do you?
It's funny if you burn the barter or if you have to buy oil.
You do have to buy oil. Yes.
Oil's not listed here, is it?
It in the description of lantern, it does say requires 1/4 barter of oil per 8 hours. So you buy barter. Basically, one barter gets you 32 hours of oil.
Yeah, but how much do they weigh?
Weight 1 for lantern. I'll say that
The oil?
1 barter worth of oil is light, half a weight.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I guess since none of you are. Oh man, I guess didn't even get to talk about old world tech. Well, I guess the person who most knows about this is Patchouli.
That's me.
Yeah. What did you choose as your What did you choose for your edge?
My edge, well, it looks like I only get the option of the antique manual, but the different types of that.
Yeah, basically which
All right,
type of.
Chlorotech. Plant.
If you want to
Nice.
ask a little bit about the chlorotech or about different types of tech, let me know.
Okay, so I was originally going to plan on him being a doctor, but then that one was taken. So
Oh,
I
I'm
thought
sorry.
this was you're fine. So this was the next best one because I wanted him to like specialize in botany. So I thought
Okay.
Chlorotech fit that best.
Well,
Nice.
it kind of does. It does enough that yeah. Chlorotech is, oh god, the music stopped. Let me grab some more music. But Chlorotech is more or less plant. What did you pick for your talent?
It was oh shit, I didn't paste the name. basically the specialized knowledge in a certain field. And
Right,
honestly, I put
fields of
down-
study. I'm guessing that field is botany then?
Yeah, I put it in parentheses at the end on my sheet. Well, let me-
I guess you haven't saved it yet since then, so I don't see that. Fair
Oh,
enough.
I didn't save it yet. You're right. Sorry. Hold on. Let me do that.
I really want to put I oppose PETA the most as a veterinarian. PETA doesn't exist, so I'm sad.
What's so funny, Cadd?
Thunder saying in the Discord, Chlorotech botanist. Ah, yes, what drives one to drink?
Right now, I'm giving the stream a first class way of making names.
Cadd, how does armor work in the game? Is the bonus extra dice to roll? Is
So
it damage
whenever
reduction?
you get attacked, you roll
Mhm.
armor, and for every 6 rolled, you reduce damage taken by 1.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Simple as that.
And what is the weight on armor? I'm assuming 1.
When you're wearing it, ignore it.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, if you're carrying extra, then we'll care about weight, but just while wearing
If you're
ignore
wearing it, doesn't count towards encumbrance. Cool,
Yeah.
I like that. Alright. That takes me down by 4. Alright, I don't have enough money for camping gear anymore because I made an armored jacket instead. Sorry, guys.
I only have
I
like.
mean, yeah, at the end,
5
y'all can
hours.
just y'all can sort of pitch together enough barter for camping gear.
Yep, because I bought a torch. And I spent barter to make myself an armored jacket.
Ah. Oh?
Well, I it said armor 2 cost 4, so I took out 4 barter and I gave my armor a name.
Flavored it as making it yourself because you're
Yes,
Sunshine
because I'm a
Boy.
sunshine
Fair
boy.
enough.
Exactly.
I mean, you do got Tinker.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, Tinker used to be a skill, didn't it?
I mean, it's a class skill.
I remember. I think didn't it used to be a actual skill though.
Oh yeah, actually,
don't
that's a
think
good
so.
point. I can totally use Tinker to like make my shit better. I'm assuming. Maybe.
Possibly. I'll make
Well,
a
since that-
note of that. That's something that I
'cause,
don't know
like-
if we have rules for
Well,
specific.
because the idea is for every additional success, you increase the gear bonus by +1 or make it permanent. Which I'm not sure what that means. I don't know why something I made wouldn't be permanent, but hey.
So, well, a bit of that is a holdover, but like, let's say you're like, okay, I want to make like, God, I don't know, what would be like a really simple thing that would have like more than one use? Make like something so that I can like quickly charge this like electronic thing, you know, like
Make
a
some,
handheld
yeah,
generator.
make a little like crank generator to charge
Yeah.
my torch. For
On
example.
one success, you make it, but it's not particularly stable, and after you use it, it just sort of like it's literally hodgepodge thrown together.
Gotcha.
It doesn't
Okay.
last past a single use.
It'll
2
do
successes,
it this
it
one
becomes a
time,
permanent
but
piece
yeah.
of gear. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
No, a torch is as in the type not a light, not a flashlight, the type that you set on fire.
Oh, I thought it was
Yeah.
flashlight. Okay.
No, we don't have light bulb
I went
production.
with British torch. Okay, well then.
No, we don't have light bulb production.
Oh, so the torch that I have is not permanent.
No.
Like it's a single use thing. Oh, okay. in that
It
case,
lasts
I
for
might
a torch lasts for 4 hours, I think.
Yeah, but it's single use. I might get a lantern instead.
Yeah. I think Cry has a lantern.
I do.
Oh, okay, Craw has a lantern. All right, then I won't worry about it. Then I'm gonna take that out of my gamer.
Can everybody quickly save their character sheets just so I could take a look over their stuff to make sure they've done everything correctly so far?
Go for it.
I think I'm
I
done.
got
so
most
you can
The
flip
stream's
over
been
Yeah.
watching me, so hopefully someone on the stream would have mentioned if I've done anything wrong so far.
They don't want to be banned by you. They would never.
Yeah, you know me. I banned some people from my stream. I don't even know if I have. I think I
I
banned some
banned.
from my Twitch stream, but that's a long time ago. Dracon's a moderator.
Trash. You don't have points listed in your special, however many you have.
Oh.
Oh, you have to list there?
Yeah, how many points you put, how many skill
In your
points are in
special
your
skill.
special skill. Yeah.
Okay, but
Oh,
you have
mean
to?
like your main class?
You don't have to, but then when you roll your special skill, you roll it only with the base dice from your attribute.
Or do you have no points in your special skill?
So, do you mean like mind because he's a glitter fool, or?
No, in your study
No.
skill. Your special or your class skill is
Oh.
study, and currently you have no points in,
Okay,
in study.
that. Okay, never mind. I'm going to.
You're gonna edit that and give yourself points in your special skill.
Yes.
Fair enough. Cry, you are mature. 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8,
What was that?
10.
What do you mean? I'm not sure.
Sorry, I'm just counting stuff.
Your
Okay.
age of your character.
Oh, I think you aren't sure what you meant. You said mature. I see.
Oh,
Okay.
Butcher, yeah.
Craw, why is your text a lighter shade?
I'm using dark mode, so it looks way better. I did change it on purpose.
Alright, so that's why it's light gray instead of black. Got it.
Yeah. You can see on my stream it looks significantly better than black wood.
Playing
Black
Roll 20
box.
in light mode?
I'm playing in dark mode, yeah.
No, I'm asking Cadd.
Oh.
I'm in light
Cadd still-
mode, yes.
I am
The
actually
Cadd
going to change the color on Tinker so that it shows up better. It's a good. That's a good point, Craw, because I'm also using.
I didn't go full white because I knew that
Dark
Cat was
mode.
using light mode, so.
No, that wasn't what I meant to do. Come back.
I'm sorry, I shouldn't say this out loud. But whose name is Dogwood? I'm sorry.
Me. Dr.
Okay.
Dogwood. Dr.
So
Dogwood.
you have the Scythehorn as your messenger animal and small town hospitality as your talent. Venue.
Correct.
Gaia 4, 2, 4, 5.
Might I suggest, Draco, that probably your name is probably should be changed.
Dr.
Why?
Dogwood?
What's wrong with Dr. Dogwood?
Never mind.
I
Don't worry about it.
understand.
It's
I
based
might
on
be
a
missing-
it's based on a tree. What do you mean? It's a last name.
Oh,
that's
the
based on
dog-
the tree Dogwood.
Oh, okay.
You got a problem with
I know, I know.
Dogwood? You got a problem with Dr. Dogwood?
I think I do.
Why?
The name. I mean, my character doesn't just me out of game. Anyways, don't worry about it.
Oh,
Jeez.
I mean, if it bugs you enough, I can change it.
I don't care that much. You're okay.
Okay, it's a funny name. It makes sense for a Cadd campaign.
What does that mean?
When have you heard your character's name?
Damn.
If I heard my character's names, I give characters serious names.
Oh, great.
Oh yeah.
I
Not
give
around
in the
me.
Pokemon campaign. I don't give my Pokemon serious names. I name them
Exactly.
shit like
Pizza
Flame
Boy.
Wizard Mon and Dodonodo.
Pizza Boy
It-
Prime.
Yeah,
I'm
I gave Pokemon ridiculous names. I give characters actual names.
Hey, Dr. Dogwood is a serious name. It's
I'm
based
not
on a
saying it
tree.
isn't, but you're saying fits for a CAD campaign. I'm wondering what
It
that
does.
fucking means.
It means that it's not going to be entirely serious
I'm
all
sorry,
the
Ken. Isn't
time.
there one campaign
I
where you have an
can-
entire location called Zextatalik? I mean, you're a DM in that campaign.
You're the one who made that fucking name, Craw.
I did.
Literally, like, some of these locations are just Horsebridge, Green Reef. I think it's not that serious.
That's good. Those are good names. Those are good
Yeah,
names.
They
A
are,
standard
but
naming.
they're not. But
thing.
they're not like super in depth. Like they aren't like Zexatalik, where it's like this
What, written in
four-syllable
Draconic?
thing that doesn't. Yeah, exactly.
Well, I'm sorry that none of my town names are written in Draconic.
I'm not This is not a criticism. I'm not criticizing you. I'm criticizing Craw here.
If anything, these names should be like instead of Low Valley, it should just be Low Place, and then Tan Ridge should be Tan Land,
These places
Brick
have-
Swamp.
These
Brick
places are based
Swamp
on the
should-
locale and
I
not.
love Brick Swamp so much it will take nothing against Brick Swamp.
It should be Block Water Land.
Block Waterland,
I'm just
except
saying
translated
it's
into a
a-
remake.
It's based on the locale. The
Wait.
names are based on the
my God.
locale
Good
rather
point,
than
Cadd.
just being a town name.
Yeah, you should change Muckmeyer to Chicago.
Brick Swamp.
Like there's one. Okay, there's Grishal. That's the only one.
Well, fun fact, Grishal is a, it's called that by the locals. Its original name is Gris Shoal, but it was shortened to Grishal.
And there's also Ironmont. So
That
some
one
of
was
these have
Iron
town names.
Mont. That one was all similarly shortened to Ironmont, from Iron Mount, by the people who live there. Lore. Town names are two words that are
Windmill
generally
not for
certain words,
Based on the locale.
but then some of them are shortened by the people who live there. That's why they're one word instead. That are, yeah.
You know, I really
Just-
wish the people from Horsebridge would shorten their name. That'd be
After a bit of Google Translate,
Forge.
Foo, I have renamed Brick Swamp into Egg Whites.
Quite
I don't know how. I
Egg
don't know how.
whites.
I want to make some eggs now.
The stream can own up to the fact that I did do that. I did in fact get into Egg Whites somehow. I think I went from Vietnamese to Samoan to Ukrainian to Yiddish to
It got from
English.
Brick Swamp to Egg Whites.
Yeah, Brick Swamp to
Alright.
Egg Whites.
Alright, so. Has everybody
mean-
sorta made their characters?
Maybe instead of Ironmont, maybe
I
it
don't
should
think
be
I'm missing
Mount
any.
that I hate. Mount of my ire. Ooh, that's a good one. Mount of my ire.
Get out of here.
I don't know, or Petuli, I do not know why your 5 looks so different.
By 5? What?
Patchouli, not
That's not me.
Craw. No,
Oh,
George, I don't know
this
why
is
your
'cause
5
it's smaller.
looks different.
Wait,
It
oh my
also
god.
isn't colored.
I want to make something random. My
1, 2, 3,
should into
4,
talents
7,
too.
8, 9, 10. All right. Looks like everybody's got their edge, talent, skills, and fine.
There.
So I brought this up if everybody read over that world building thing. But you all are a group of friends going to Horsebridge for the Horse Festival. Wow.
Yay!
So feel free to come up with some idea of how all of your characters know each other, and I guess talk about who your characters are, what they're like. Yeah. If we want to start with Venny, because Kraw's at the top of the list.
Yeah, 1 second. I don't know who I am because my character sheet won't load, guys. Everyone can see it happening. It's impossible.
Oh,
I
shit.
gotta rejoin the roll 20 1 second. Alright, Venny, rather old person who just happened to. I haven't really thought too much into this. How do I do this?
What
Sorry,
class are you?
A herder, and
Okay.
I have a little pet Scythehorn. I need a name as well. Forgot to name it. Fuck. Venny is. I'm trying my best to play different characters.
Name him
Venny-
Viddy.
No, Venny is his name.
No,
Vinny,
name
I
the
see.
pet Viddy.
Viddy? Venny Viddy?
And then you can get another one and
Vinny
name it
Vitty
Vichy.
Okay, you got it.
Alright.
I'm playing
Literally
this
just
game
proved my
differently.
point there, Cadd.
All right, got my little Scythorn Viddy that I always roam around with. That I don't know how I met all of you, but definitely Venny is a very positive person. Not still younger than, but not a young person, just barely immature, and extremely positive person. Perhaps seemingly naive, arguably. Yeah, I spend a lot of time with animals.
All right. Next on the list, Gaia. Classic name.
Can you hear me from over here?
Yep.
Okay, cool. I stepped back over to the stove because I didn't make enough food, so I'm making a quesadilla. Yay, tiny apartment. So Gaia is 16. She's a sunshine boy. Never seen without her goggles atop her head, and tools strapped to her many pouched belt. She is kind of the town fix-it. She will go around, she will fix anything that is broken. She will figure out what is wrong with it and will take care of it for you. And she is a little too kind-hearted for her own good, so she very rarely charges adequately for her services.
Very, I will say, very sunshine boy.
Exactly. And she is, like Venny, relentlessly positive, despite the fact that a lot of really, some negative shit has happened in her life, but she always keeps a positive outlook because, hey man, I'm still alive.
All right.
But her older sister was one of the people who, 10 years ago, when she was just a little kid, her oldest sister was one of the people who went up the mountain to try to destroy the machine, and she did not come back.
My. I'll get a bit more into that in a moment, as I was going to ask about the events of 10 years ago, but let's continue with going over the characters. Patchouli! Toho-ass name.
Oh, wait, you're right, it is. Anyway. Patchouli is a... let's see, a glitter quill. His field of interest is botany. He's very prone to accidents and from jumping from one area or project of research to another because he's very ADD. So he always has his huge bag of samples and papers and textbooks, none of which is organized.
So a nerd.
Yeah.
All right.
But so he's always on the lookout for rare and unique plants that he can use in his studies. Despite his field of research, he is not the best at navigating the wilderness. And the times when he will leave his little workshop area or whatever to go out plant hunting, he's been known to get lost, sometimes for days at a time, so people in the nearby town have to go send someone out to look for him again. They get very annoyed by it. He likes to lie about the eye patch he wears and say that he got it in a fight with something out in the wilderness while he's plant hunting, but he just poked his eye out on a tree branch.
Wonderful.
Honestly, I want to learn more about the Chlorotech, but I, as a player, don't really know much about it yet, so I can't make up anything.
Don't read into it yet, but I think that I might end up giving you some kind of early, cause yeah.
I also forgot to mention that Gaia is very smart, very kind, very good with her hands, but she's clumsy as fuck.
All right.
I tricked bad luck, and you're clumsy. We're gonna be great friends. Oh yeah, he's not too old either. How old was Gaia? She was 16. I had in my head that Patchouli was only 17 or so.
Oh boy.
Nice, they can be buddies.
Couple of kids.
Is this Toho ass all the way?
Toho ass motherfucker. Dr. Dogwood.
Dr. Dogwood, she's a mature doctor who is well known for being overworked and underpaid. Um, she is so overworked that she has started to work at in human fields of medical research while her focus tends to be on animals. Um, she has not traveled much, but desires to. Doesn't have the money nor the time. Her life routine for the past 10 years has been work and sleep. Sometimes eat if she's lucky. And she's finally excited to get a break. Although she'd rather just sleep through it all.
But instead, you have all made plans for Horsebridge. So, this is something I guess might help get a better idea of your character before you talk about how exactly you all know each other. But 10 years ago, I hope all of you have read that little bit in world building I posted earlier.
Yes.
Yeah, 10 years ago was this great blizzard, that winter that never ended. Weeks turned to months of a constant snowstorm, and many people died. I will say as well, this isn't something that I said specifically, but around then is also, or during the Great Winter, is when the Sunshine Boys as a sort of group emerged in order to use like some tech that had started to really become more common, specifically the skiffs, in order to help people during this massive storm. That's where the sort of combination of use tech and help people for Sunshine Boys came from, is in response to the Great Blizzard. With that being said, each of you has like lost someone, most likely directly, or have gone through something horrible during the Great Blizzard. So, similar as before, I would like to go over everybody one by one and ask about what exactly this is, starting with Venny.
Fuck.
Hey. Describe your trauma while listening to Girl from Ipanema.
Sorry, I was thinking. I'm basing off of something, so I know. I'm pretty sure I know very closely what it is. I just have to get the details.
The film
Venny-
Frozen, not the Disney one, but the other one.
Yeah, Venny had a friend they met. We'll say in Bristlewood. I think, yeah, Bristlewood. They were kind of downtrodden, and they had some problems of their own. But eventually, after working around with the populace, they eventually solved. Venny didn't have the problem; it was their friend, Gree, we'll call them. And Gree had this issue where, well, the specific issue is not really relevant, but effectively, after solving it, Venny had left, and knowing Gree, but they're not going to travel together or anything. Gree lived there. Find out later that Gree had passed away from the Great Blizzard, is what you're suggesting, right?
Yeah, the Great Blizzard, it didn't affect the entire map, but it definitely affected Brick Swamp, Bristlewood, and Nettle Hill, these 3 cities.
Yep. So that's what it would be.
And Horsebridge, but to a bit of a lesser extent. So, it was a good friend of yours that, like, were you, like, caught by the blizzard on the way back, or...
Oh, I wasn't with him.
No, but I'm talking about, like, so basically the last you saw of him, you just
Was in
helped him
Bristlewood.
with something, headed back, and then how long later did the Great Blizzard start after you left?
Probably a few weeks, I would say.
All right.
Basically, I wasn't anywhere close to help.
Fair enough. I mean, you were going through your troubles as well. Who's next in the order? Gaia. You have some good opportunity. You already brought up your sister.
Yeah, so...
How much older was your sister? Because if this was 10 years ago, you were 6 at the time.
Yeah, her sister was much older. So, I think of Gaia was like a surprise baby. So I think there was probably like a good 12 years between her and her older sister.
So your older sister, she just hit 18.
Yeah, she had just turned 18. but was very sort of impetuous and headstrong. And I was actually thinking that we lived in Bristlewood.
Oh, so you're not Nettle Hill natives?
No, wait, no. So wait, yeah, because your thing did say that Bristlewood sent people to Nettle Hill.
Yeah, there was a point where like Nettle Hill got hit harder than Bristlewood.
Yeah.
Bristlewood still got hit, but Nettle Hill was like Nettle Hill and Brick Swamp got hit the closest or the hardest.
Mm-hmm.
And
Oh,
so
wait,
at
so
some
sorry.
point,
Let me look at this. Let me look at the map again, because Nettle Hill is the hill that is the town that
this is
everything
where
happened
you all
in.
are starting. Yes.
We're starting in Nettle Hill. Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
So I would say, yeah. So I think that we lived in Bristlewood, and her sister went up the mountain and never came back.
Your sister was part of the crew that went to assist Nettle Hill, bring them
Yes.
aid, and then
Yes.
also ended up joining the crew onto the mountain. So there were a few
Yeah.
specific sort of groups that went: Reclaimers, Sunshine Boys, New Star.
I think so.
Or was
I think
she just like a general citizen?
I think Sis was the Sunshine Boy.
Ah,
I think
so the family business, so to say.
Well, I think that Sis was a Sunshine Boy, and she became one because she was very like outspoken and headstrong.
Yeah, she would have been one of the OG Sunshine Boys then.
Yeah, exactly. And so this is, her baby sister, like always looked up to her and followed in her footsteps. But yes. I think that when the blizzard ended, we didn't really know what had happened, so my family then went to Nettle Hill looking for her, and that's when we found out that she was that she didn't come back down the mountain.
Yeah, you knew that she went to Nettle Hill to help people, but you didn't know she joined the trip to the mountain until you went to Nettle Hill.
Until we went to Nettle Hill after the blizzard ended. And also during the blizzard, because it did affect Bristlewood, Gaia got frostbite on one of her arms and suffered some nerve damage, so one of her arms doesn't work quite as well as the other one, which is I totally did this because the AI art put this cool contraption on her one arm. So she's got she sort of, as she got older, figured out a way to tinker herself a device to like help support her shoulder so that when her arm gets tired or hurts, she can still be useful.
All right.
And I didn't name my sister, so I'll think on that, come back. You know what? Kate. Her name was Kate.
Kate. All right.
Make it nice and simple. Her name was Kate.
All right. I should probably be keeping track of that. Why don't then we move to... Who did I go next? Patchouli. Yeah. Please, tell us a little bit about how... You also were quite young at the time. 7 years old.
You would have been... It was 10 years ago, you said, right?
10 years ago, yep.
Yes, you would have been 7. I think he probably lost his grandma, who lived there. I have it in my head, at least, that his grandma also knew a lot about herbs and plants. She probably used it more for, like, medicines and things, and also for cooking. I think that's where he kind of got his start in his studies, because he loved going up there and spending time with his grandma, like once a year or twice a year.
So where are you from, Nettle Hill originally?
Hold on, let me check the map. I want to say yes though, because yes, there it is.
Yeah, Nettle Hill's the starting city here. All right, your grandmother lived there too?
Is this... Sorry, is this where the thing,
Yeah, that's... Nettle Hill was in Brick Swamp were hit the hardest. Bristlewood was also hit, but a bit lighter.
Oh, okay, so we're starting off there. And
yeah, but Nettle
also...
Hill is where, like, everybody lives at the moment and where this is all starting.
Okay. Yes, okay. In that case, then... Oh, we can make it even sadder. All right, great. Great. I thought it was a different place, and we all lived here, and everyone else lived somewhere else. Okay, yeah, let's make it even sadder. He didn't have any. He didn't know his parents growing up, and he was the only child, and his grandmother raised him. He lost his grandmother. It's just ruined his life. She's the one who taught him about plants.
This was 10 years ago. What happened since then?
What do you mean?
Maybe my family took care of him.
Maybe, or he could have a mentor that kind of took him in and also trained him in like a science bullshit. But I also like that idea too, because then it gives me a reason to hang out with Gaia at least.
Yeah, it can be like almost like a pseudo brother sister thing. Maybe so like when my family came to Nettle Hill looking for my sister and we learned that she was gone, my parents decided to stay to like be closer to her in a way. And somehow, as
there were definitely a few orphans following the Great Blizzard.
Yeah, and for whatever reason, blah 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 reasons, we ended up. I mean, my family was obviously clearly good people, so I'll just say that we did. Julie just happens to be the one that we took in.
I'm not gonna have your family secretly suck. That would suck.
Yeah, please don't do that to me. That would make me very sad.
Yeah, I love that. That sounds fantastic to me.
Fun.
Alright, now Dr. Dogwood.
Dr. Dogwood's probably from Cloud Creek, and during the Great Blizzard, probably most of her coworkers went to go help, to the point where that's why she had to start working with humans and start treating humans along with beasts. And so, she lost all of her time due to the Great Blizzard because she spent all of her time working. And more recently, I'd imagine she got a note from a coworker who specifically requested her assistance in Nettle Hill, and so
I mean that all was 10 years ago.
Yeah.
So afterwards, you decided to just settle there in Nettle Hill instead of moving back to Cloud Creek?
Well, I'm saying more recently they got a note is why they're there now.
So they...
So they left 10 years ago.
I will say, you are supposed to, like, know the other player characters decently well enough to be friends with them.
Then a year ago...
So only now coming back after that feels... Yeah. That works.
How about a year ago, they received a letter. They couldn't find their coworker, but they certainly got the letter. And there was certainly no date on that letter, so who knows how old it is. But she did receive it.
So you started off in Cloud Creek, or spent a good amount of time in Nettle Hill helping out as best as you can during the Great Blizzard, and then came back to settle down here about a year back due to... Alright. What was the name of that coworker who wanted to... Yeah, what was the name of the coworker?
Do you want me to make a name?
Yeah, if you would.
Cadd. Dr. Cadd. Based on the fish, Dr. Cadd. She didn't have time to know their first names. She worked too hard.
Then I'll come up with a first name for them later, then.
I didn't come up with the first name for Dr. Dogwood. So, who knows?
She's so overworked, she forgot her own name.
More so, like, she hasn't said her first name or signed with it.
Yeah, you said that you haven't found them here, though.
Yeah.
Are you... have you, like, wondered why that is? Looked into it all?
Yeah,
or...
definitely. Have asked around about it, and nobody seems to have a concrete answer. Like, oh yeah, I remember them, but I don't know where they are now.
Fair enough.
So it's probably like her head doctor probably requested her specifically in Nettle. So she stayed in Cloud Creek during the Great Blizzard, but came due to the request.
Okay. So as was sort of brought up a couple times, you all are deciding to go to to the Horse Bridge for the Horse Festival. Wow.
Dr. Dogwood definitely would, because there could be veterinarians there who she could learn more from.
So one of the others wants to be certain that that the Blizzard machine is a thing that exists and you know it. It is in world building in a couple of places, right?
Yeah, it is.
Yep. All right. Good.
Mainly towards the end.
But that's where it's written about. All right. So, with that sort of out of the way, then, as I said, you all are heading over to the Horse Bridge. I could definitely see Patchouli and Gaia as they're sort of like as a duo heading there.
Yeah,
I'd imagine
That's
they
all good. I get what you mean.
They both seem pretty clumsy. I imagine Dr. Dogwood has patched them up at
definitely.
least
so-
once or twice, and so they know of.
Definitely.
So they're on friendly terms.
And
Yeah,
Dr.
with
Dogwood's
honestly,
more like
Were you going independent and decided to travel
Yeah.
with them since, you know?
yes.
Okay.
yeah,
Since
I mean,
she probably
and
saw them
Gaia's-
leaving town for the same reason. She's like, sure, I'll come along. I plan
Yeah.
to stay a couple more days, but I'll come now.
Yeah,
To
Gaia's
make sure these two
definitely
clumsy ones don't hurt themselves on the way.
I mean, Gaia's definitely like repaired stuff for you too. Like you've repaired her,
Fair.
and she's helped fix up your shit too.
Sure, I like that.
And Venny.
I think I'm going to the I'm going not so much for the horse festival, but because I'm looking for a part for something that I'm building that I can't find. And the festival was a good excuse to go to Horsebridge.
Fair enough.
I just like festivals.
You were just going. You just like fest. Have you been to the Horsebridge Horse Festival before?
No, it's a new experience.
First time going to the Horsebridge Annual Horse Festival. All right.
Yes.
So how well do you know the other characters then? Patchouli, Gaia, Dr. Dogwood.
I am not really sure. I could have met them along the way if they're okay with that.
Yeah, if there's
Um,
yeah, feel free to discuss if there's like
Where's
Yeah.
Benny from?
from
never actually
Bristlewood, but no, from Nettle. You're from Nettle Hill originally.
Nettle Hill,
The
yeah.
only one from Nettle Hill originally. The rest
just
are like Bristlewood, Cloud Creek.
I just
Once
been going
again,
around
you
different places.
definitely know Gaia because I feel like Gaia is the person everybody knows because she's literally the person who fixes everything.
Benny
Like
just
if it breaks, you call her.
Benny goes around and sees stuff. He has a good time, so he probably has seen at least one of you and try, help people along the way if they need it. So he may have probably met people in passing for sure.
All right, but you don't know them particularly well, but ended up joining the crew because hey, we're all going to the same place at the same time.
Absolutely, that sounds exactly like something Benny would do.
Fair enough.
Are there, out of curiosity, is there any like religiosity or anything like that?
So there is New Star, which, as a faith, New Star has a lot, or is a lot of like there's a lot of focus on community action and as well, not necessarily anti-tech, but being wary of technologies, especially old world tech and the dangers it caused.
Okay, not quite that.
A lot of the spread of this like a New Star faith came around the time of the Great Blizzard because once people figured out that, oh shit, hold on, a piece of old world tech called the Blizzard Machine caused a blizzard that lasted for months, people were a bit more cautious of it.
Yeah, the reason
Just
I only
in
asked
general?
because if anyone would join, it would be a good opportunity to be like, oh yeah, it was, it just happened to be this person set up, but it's fine. Anyways, just luck put us away, so luck will guide us further.
All right. And I guess the last sort of thing to bring up is, on top of heading to Horsebridge for the Horse Festival, you all are also decided or perhaps agreed that along the way, since that is where the mountain called Winter's Fall is over here, that you would decide to make a quick side trip to the memorial built there for the many people who died during the Great Blizzard. And I guess I don't think that's something any of the characters would really. I mean, from it seems every character would have a good reason to do that.
That dog would probably look for their coworker's name at least, to just in case.
Fair enough, but that's all the real setup, and it seems like you all have your characters sort of built properly. I didn't want to get into any actual gameplay stuff today, so I think this more or less does it for the session 0.
Nice.
All right.
Woohoo!
Yeah, I think the book layout could probably use a little tweaking. But
Oh yeah, I've made notes.
It's hard to say.
Yeah, and I
it's hard
think
to say honestly.
it's hard
Everybody
to
made
say
that.
also because it's in a Word doc format, but also I'm really familiar with not specifically Mutineer Zero, but all of the systems that came out of it. So to me, it was very intuitive because I've built characters in very similar systems before.
Yeah,
so
you've done a lot of Alien and Vaesen. and
I've done a lot of
such.
Alien and Vaesen and stuff. Yeah, so to me, I'm like, oh, this is how the system works. Got it.
I'm trying to think if there's any like specific things I want to bring up.
Yeah, could you... I don't really fully understand the D6 system. I only did it as like a one-shot in Gen Lab. Or
So
whatever the session that...
yeah, so
system
how
is
about
called.
this? If you could put your token down on the map by Nettle Hill.
Sure.
Hold on. I'll put everybody's token,
Character
even the ones just
template.
labeled character template and character template. If you go over to the macro section, just put everything in bars, probably the easiest way to do it. Also have them labeled as token actions.
What is I am? Oh, okay, I see.
If you click your token and then click one of the skills, either on the top or, in the
There
token
is
action
a,
or the hotbar.
There's a way to make it so that way it pops up with like a list whispered to you. I did it when I made Mystic in D&D. Basically, you can have it whisper you the list of skills, so you just make all this just one skill button.
Yeah, because the bar scrolls off when you put them all in. You have to like.
Uh,
Okay.
There
It
should be a bar
doesn't
where you click on the
scroll.
token.
Oh, you have to select your token first. I see.
yeah, you have
Okay.
to select your token, and then it will also list them at the top.
Okay, I got it. I see how that works.
Yeah, but basically, you
There we
roll a number of you have 3 different types of dice: base dice, skill dice, and gear dice.
Oh my god, there's a lot of pop-up windows. Jesus. Oh, I have to put in my dice values?
You don't
gear
put in your
dice.
dice value. You put in additional dice. So you could
Oh,
have
no,
additional skill dice and gear dice for things.
Yeah, okay, that. Oh, it just says okay, so base dice 1 success. I see. It doesn't show
Yeah.
you all your rolls, just how many successes you
If
got.
you hover over it,
got
it
ya.
shows you all your rolls. But
Yep, I see that.
basically, you roll the different dice. Every 6 is a success, and ones rolled can cause negative effects. So you can push, which basically means you re-roll every die, or you re-roll all dices that are not 6s, and skill dice that are not 1s. When you push, however, you take damage based off any 1s rolled in the base dice, and whatever gear you're using gets damaged based off any rolls in the gear dice. So, for example, Dracon, with that heal roll you just made, if for whatever reason you wanted to push it, you'd roll 3 base dice and 1 skill dice, and the total number of 1s rolled, you would take that much damage to your soul stat, where every stat gets damaged independently. So you can take damage. Well, yeah, let me go over the basics of how damage works. So basically,
Yeah, I
there's
was
2
gonna
types
say.
of damage: physical and mental. Where physical damages your metal, and then your body, and mental damages. I believe it's your soul, then your mind. If during or for whatever reason, if
You have to wait for a moment.
Oh, all right, I'll wait for Kron to get.
No, I'll listen. I'll listen to my phone. It's fine.
So hold on, let me find the section in the book so I can read.
Actually, I just realized if I listen to my phone, it'll disconnect me from the Discord stream, so I'll probably just keep my headset on. That's okay.
All right, let me find the section if it's just in combat. So once enough physical damage, so if damage has been dealt, as physical damage has been dealt, that reduces your metal to 0, at that point you get to make a choice. Either you can choose to enter what is known as adrenaline, at which point your metal, it stays at 0, but you treat your metal as if it's half its maximum value rounded up. So for example, if you have 3 metal, you would treat your metal as 2 for the rest of the scene, and you get to basically keep going and keep fighting, but you also take an injury. Or if your metal gets reduced to 0, you could become what's known as broken, which basically means you're out of the scene until you can recover HP from, or recover metal from something. Most likely a heal roll or medicine or something like that.
Does heal only heal physical?
So heal can heal either.
Okay.
Hold on, but heal has a bit of caveats to it, how it works in general. Basically, you can only heal somebody when either one of their stats is at 0, if they have some sort of wound, or if they are actively dying from some sort of effect, such as a wound.
But you can also, the make medicine thing, you can make tonics that will heal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they just straight up heal either physical stats, which would be either metal or body, or mental stats, which is either metal or soul.
So when you take injury to one of your stats, you then are rolling less dice?
No, so how injuries work, there's a specific injury
No,
table.
sorry, I mean when you take damage to one of your stats.
Yeah, when you damage one of your stats, you basically lower what you roll with that. So if you have 4 metal and take 2 damage to your metal, you only roll 2 metal dice until you get healed.
Gotcha, okay.
Yeah. So damage affects your attributes, and the attribute lowers based off however much of the stat you have. So because damage goes, or physical damage goes metal then body, and mental damage goes soul then mind, if ever your body reaches 0, you die, and if ever your mind reaches 0, you basically you're out.
So it's metal and then body.
Yeah. Physical damage is dealt to metal and then body, and if your metal gets broken, you can take an injury to keep pushing, treating your metal as if it was half its max value until the scene ends, at which point you collapse anyways. Basically, if you're in combat and get hit for half your health, you can either choose an injury and keep going at a bit of a reduced rate, or call it taps, at which point, well, now you gotta just worry, or let the rest of your team figure it out.
Gotcha.
Yeah. There's a similar thing with mental, where if your soul gets completely damaged, then you can choose to take some sort of a mental injury and keep pushing for a while longer for the rest of the scene. At which point, then your mind will start getting damaged because you have no soul.
Me whenever I log on to Twitter.
But generally, physical damage is more common than mental damage.
Gotcha. Well, I'm glad that I'm glad that my metal is 5 because my body is.
I can tell you that both of my physical stats are bad, but both of my mental stats are amazing.
Hey,
I literally perfected both of my mental stats. So I have 9 mental.
Yeah, 4 soul, 5 mind. Talents, equipment, travel. Alright, travel, weather, and stuff like that. Basically, at the beginning of every day, the weather may change. If it's rainy, there's
Yeah,
some
that's that
penalties.
slider in the top left is for, right?
Yes, the tracker, the weather tracker. I made it myself.
Nice.
When you travel, so the way traveling works, to explore an unexplored space takes 4 hours. Or when you're traveling by road, that is. It takes 4 hours, and you have to make an encounter roll to basically encounter something. Those are basically a number of d6s, depending on the danger level. Basically, the further away you are from towns, the higher the danger level. Any ones will trigger some sort of encounter. 6s rolled will trigger something called what did we call them? A moment, which is basically a little RP prompt. Actually, let me open up the moments and we can go over what one of those is like. Let me find this moments table. Is it under detail? This looks to be it. So, generally, when a moment happens, I'll ask 2 different people to roll 2d6. So, let's start with, say, Gaia and Patchouli. Roll 2d6 each.
Okay.
A lot of the times when I ask for specifically 2d6, it's what's known as a d66, where, for instance, Sarah, you didn't roll a 4, you rolled a 31, and Trash rolled a 64. Yeah. So let's see, 31, 64. Alright, so we'll go with 64. Patchouli, roll another 2d6 for me, please. And let's say, for the sake of things, that you're over in this space over here. 34, alright. So, the players have come across a local landmark, some sort of shrine. Specifically, one related to some sort of victory. And basically, the players, and I invite you as the players to basically create a shrine alongside the road related, or to Horsebridge, related to some sort of joy or victory, and as that is a prompt. Yeah, what is this shrine like? What is it built for? How big is it? Who built it?
I think it is a shrine where somebody was rescued. Like somebody had gotten lost during the blizzard, and everybody just kind of assumed that, well, that's it. Maybe it was a kid. Like a kid wandered off, and some people went out searching and actually found the kid alive and brought them home. Maybe there's like a little like rocky overhang or something that the kid had sheltered under.
Oh my god. No, okay. They went out to search for the kid, wound up in trouble themselves, and then the kid found them, saved them, and took them back.
Nice. I like it.
All right, so it's probably sounds like a bit of a smaller thing than under this rocky hang. Just sort of like 10 years ago, this happened basically.
And like I think, and like maybe people like travelers who wander by and know the story will leave little tokens to say they've been there. Nothing crazy, but maybe like a pretty pebble.
That one geocache, I think. Geocache, yeah.
Yeah, they'll leave like a little pretty pebble or a note or a drawing or like a scrap of pretty like ribbon or something, just to it's like a shrine to remember that even though the blizzard was horrible, good things do still happen in dark times.
And now on the map, I'll draw a little symbol that is probably the best I could do for a little shrine.
Pretty good. I at least know what you're drawing.
All right, and there you go. Congratulations, you just did your first moment. Wow.
I like it. That's a fun mechanic.
Yeah, thanks Zeta for that.
Thank you, Zeta.
All right. Just trying to think if there's anything else we really got to go over. Travel mechanics, weather, moments. Oh yeah, you do have a vehicle. You have your skiff. Yeah. I believe a skiff. God, let me look in the vehicle.
I think it holds
section.
5. It holds 4 or 5. I remember.
So you pilot it, and then 3 other people can ride in it. It's an air vehicle, so it travels pretty quick, actually, all things considered.
Nice.
Basically, instead of one space taking 4 hours, one space takes 2 hours to travel. So
Oh, sweet.
you can travel in double time, but you do have to pay for the charge. Basically, a full day's worth of travel takes 1 charge, and with a size where a skiff is a very small, it can only hold up to 3 charge at a time.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I can get 3 days of travel out of it before I need another charge.
Yeah, and
What do charges cost?
Charge costs 1 barter a charge, but not every a town. So, oh yeah, I guess we haven't gone over that town. There's a little bit of like a rollable thing we've done for figuring out how towns are, but basically, towns. There's 3 different sizes of towns: hamlet, village, and township.
Mm-hmm.
Hamlets only have a couple of key. So there's also a table of D6 services, which is doctor, researcher, mechanic, power farm, market, and skydock. And not every town has every resource. Small towns only have 2. Or hamlets have 2, villages have 4, and townships have 6. Have all of them. And Horsebridge. Horsebridge is quite small. They are a hamlet. I do not believe they have either a skydock or a power farm there.
And those are what we need to generate charges. Okay.
Well, you only need a power farm to be able to recharge. A skydock is basically a safe place to keep your ship. Otherwise, you'll
Okay.
have to make pilot rolls to be able to land safely, and just in general, there's not the infrastructure to support bigger ships. A size 1 ship, it doesn't matter as much. It's a size 1
Mhm.
ship. It's quite small.
Yeah, you could land
And
it in the water if you needed.
I'm back.
And I'm a good pilot.
Yeah. But
Welcome back, Crow.
I hear you guys saying, don't worry.
the existence of places with power farms is definitely something you'd want to consider as a person with an airship,
Yes.
because smaller ones can't travel too far, need frequent stops to charge up.
Gotcha.
And
So what you're saying
well,
is my
traveling
skiff
through the
may
air?
not be useful in this game?
Not necessarily, depending on where it is you're traveling.
I meant in this one shot.
I think it'll be useful.
1, 2, 3. It
I mean,
takes
not if I have-
it's
not
8
if I have to
spaces to get to
abandon it.
work. If you take a full 16 hours, which is a bit of a long day, but it's a day, you could
Mhm.
get to Horsebridge in 1 day, which leaves you enough charge to get back with the second charge.
Yeah, it's true.
So you can quite easily.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Going directly to it's just if you need to go to other places, you need to be aware of stopping off somewhere to charge up. More or
Gotcha.
less. Yeah.
Is going into the wilderness something that you do in this game?
Yeah, you can go through the wilderness. Traveling through through wilderness takes a bit longer and is generally a bit more dangerous. Yeah.
Okay. Will quests often take us into those?
Sometimes.
Okay.
There are, if nothing else, heading up the mountain, that's gonna take you off-road.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just also the encounters work a little bit differently. Basically, you have different sets of encounters if you're traveling via air. You're not gonna run into, I don't know, a group of or just a wild group of animals.
Mhm.
If you're in an airship, obviously. I'm not gonna have you encounter 3 wolves in an airship. You know what I mean?
What?
Yeah.
We all just have to hold our actions and wait till it's Gaia's turn so we go again.
Yeah, no, there's different types of encounters that work in this, or if you're flying. It's 1 encounter roll per space, but if you're moving through explored tiles or hexes, It's instead only one encounter roll per 6 spaces.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Let's see, is there anything else we really need to go over? Ruins, we'll get how they work when you get to one. Other than that, I don't think... Oh yeah, combat, right. Initiative is just a straight-up mind roll. It's 1d6 plus mind. During your... Oh, right, yeah, combat works in... What's the term for it? Ranges? Where basically there's 4 ranges. There's arm's length, near, short, long. Where you take... On your turn, you have a maneuver, which you can use to move, or several other small things like reload, or like reload a ranged weapon, or aim, or something like that. And an action, which basically, if what you're doing involves a dice roll, it's an action. To move, or you can also spend your action to make another maneuver. Moving from arm's length to near takes 1 maneuver. Moving from near to short takes 1. But moving from short to long takes 2 maneuvers in the same turn. So you'd have to spend your action and your maneuver to be able to do that.
Okay.
There's also extreme range, which also takes a action and a maneuver. But if you move to extreme range, you're literally out of the combat.
Speaking of reloading, how many rounds does the wheel lock hold?
1.
Okay, so it's a reload every round kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's a
Got
musket.
Yeah,
But-
it's-
Oh, okay.
yeah. Hold on, I
Treat it like a
posted like an
musket.
No,
actual
it's no,
picture, but
no, because it's one-handed.
no,
Yeah,
it's
but
like
I'm
a
saying
pistol,
in terms
but
of like,
Oh, in terms
Yeah,
of reloading,
flintlock.
it's like a mustard. I got you. Oh, it's a
Mhm.
flintlock. Okay. Gotcha.
well, a wheel lock is a bit different than a flintlock, but it's
Yeah,
the same.
it works
general
way
idea.
with
different.
the same
but
same concept.
Same
I just looked at
concept, and we
pictures.
gotta
Oh, those
reload
are
every
cool
shot.
looking.
We thought at first of making it to the flintlock, so I was like, nah, what's something a bit more advanced? And the answer was the wheel lock.
Yeah, that's dope. That's a really cool looking gun.
Oh yeah.
that's why I took it.
Holy shit.
That's why I immediately bought one.
Uh,
Also,
I
just
got one.
the doctor who just wanted to open carry a gun is just funny to me. I can heal and harm.
How you lost your medical license?
no, that's from making poisons.
Oh, okay.
Oh, geez, I just realized I went all this time without bringing up the Amber Queen.
Yeah, you did.
You have.
Yeah, what's the Amber Queen?
The Amber Queen is the ruler of the region up in the capital, which, as you can see, is off screen.
Okay.
The
You
Amber
forgot about
Queen is quite mysterious. She tends to collect old world tech, acts only through, or never comes to this region. Nobody here has ever seen the Amber Queen. Hell, finding someone who's seen the Amber Queen is quite a difficult thing, even among her soldiers. There's 4 general classifications. Yes, I'll bring that up too. Sorry. There's the arms of the Amber Queen, the eyes of the Amber Queen, the hearts of the Amber Queen, and the voices of the Amber Queen. Or just amber arms, amber eyes, amber hearts, and amber voices. Basically, the arms are soldiers, the eyes are like recon agents, kinda. They're not... They're also a bit of
The
utility.
scouts?
Yeah, not quite scout.
Intelligence agents? Like,
Yeah, that
Secret
might be a
Service?
bit more accurate. Well,
they're the CIA?
they're the most common. They're not particularly soldiery, but they keep an eye on things. They're not that. Or, honestly, it might be closer to say that the heart or
They're
voices are
NSA.
CIA.
Voices
Yeah.
are CIA. The which one? The eyes are NSA?
Yeah.
The
Amber.
eyes are the spies. I spy
Yeah,
with my
diplomat
amber
was
eye.
suggested. That also kind of works.
Oh, okay.
What happens when like a child
shit.
goes missing
Amber-
in this region? They
The
call them
Amber
Amber Alert.
voices are like officers, essentially. You have lesser voices, which are like a lot more common and are basically, for like actual officer ranks are lower. I don't know exactly what the list of officer or enlisted officer ranks are, but then there's also greater voices, which are really big deals. They're the like fucking generals of the armies and shit like that. And Amber Hearts are essentially specialist units. Each Amber Heart is different from the next. They all have a very specific thing that they're good at, and that the Amber Queen has got for them to do a certain thing.
Gotcha.
Yeah. The Amber Queen isn't necessarily liked, but she's strong enough that nobody can full on defy her.
Mm-hmm.
There's one other thing that's like a lore thing that I don't think I need to talk about it because it's not particularly relevant to the stuff that happens in this campaign. Maybe I'll end up bringing it up at some point, but not right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is the song that Jessica Rabbit sings in Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Yeah, other things we'll get into a bit more specifically, should that be necessary, more or less, but I don't think there's any other general things I need to go over. Does anybody else have any questions?
I'm good.
No, I feel like this is like questions are gonna come up as we play.
Yeah,
So
100%. Oh yeah, and I put things so that you're starting at the first day of spring, just because it's easier that way.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're not climbing a mountain in the snow. Thanks for that.
I mean, it's going to be a bit snowy up there. It's still called Winter's Fall.
That's true.
With all the snow that... It's cold enough up there that with all the fucking snow... Yeah. So, yeah, I think then that's about it for Session 0.
Nice.
Next week, we'll get into the actual game itself.
Sweet. Go team.
Go team.
I would stay longer, but I'm starving. I'll see you guys later.
Go eat food.
Go
Bye.
eat food. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks.
All right, I'm gonna end the stream here.